play. What did it mean to you to get that catch?
It felt good. It's kind of like a culmination of like the whole year coming together, doing what I can to do for the team, and then getting rewarded, in a big rivalry game. It felt good. I try to build on that, keep going, keep the energy and the momentum going forward into Syracuse.
Coaches, I think it was both Coach Norvell and Coach Atkins praised the blocking of the tight end room, and you specifically. I guess what was working from a run block standpoint against Miami?
It's just a mindset thing that we were going to go and run the ball, and until they lined up and stopped it, we were going to keep running the ball over and over again. That's kind of just like a philosophy that we have as a team. So it feels good as a tight end to know that I can do a lot of things in the run game and the pass game, and throughout my career, I've developed as a run blocker a lot, and that's something that it's part of my forte, some of the things I do best now. So it felt good in the moment.
You've been really consistent this year and a lot during your career. What's kind of the key to being consistent?
Showing up every day and just trying to get better. If you show up every day and try to get better, it's easy to be consistent and the things that you're asked to do, because you have the same positive mindset, positive approach, growth mindset of trying to get better every day. So I think it's just daily improvement helps you be consistent.
Losing by 42 last time y'all were down there and coming back and winning by the same margin, what does that say? How crazy is that?
It's more than just Miami, though. It's really the whole season and just where I started at in my career. My freshman year, we finished the season 5-7, and the mindset that I've had, and a lot of the guys who came in with me have had throughout our whole careers, that we want to leave the program better than what we received it in. And going into our last ACC game, my class's last ACC game, there's comfort in knowing that that's what we've done. The program is in better position than what we received it in, but there's still work to do, a small amount of work in the grand scheme of things, but there's still work to do to leave it even better than it is now. So it feels good.
What does that mean to you that you guys you're going to, this journey will end with you leaving the program in a better place than it started with? That prideful? Do you take pride in that?
There's so much pride in it. It's something that I'm going to hang my hat on, because we were kind of at a crossroads where a lot of the people who we came in with either left or stopped playing football altogether, but there's this core nucleus of guys who I came in with that we stuck it through. And now to know that we're in brighter days now. It was dark and it was meek before, but things are great now. And to know that I was a part of that, it means the world to me. So I'm going to hang my hat on that for the rest of my Florida State life, because I'll be a Seminole for the rest of my life. So it's something that I'm prideful for.
What was that locker room?
Go ahead, Lucas.
What was the locker room like after you went definitely going against Miami?
We were definitely joyful in the locker room, and on the plane ride back home, it felt good. Sunday practice felt good, but now that we're into Tuesday, it's like we're kind of past the Miami game. We're thinking about Syracuse now, because it's in the past. We did it on CBS in front of millions of people, so there's no reason to keep talking about it. But initially in the locker room, things felt good, because the last time we were in that locker room, it was horrible. So it was amazing. One of the best feelings of my career.
When we talked to Jared after the game, he said this is the most fun he's ever had playing football. Obviously, new to this program, so you guys have had different journeys, but to hear a teammate saying that, I guess where is that coming from? Are you experiencing something similar?
I'm just proud of the way he's playing football, first and foremost. He's put himself in position to, have a promising professional career and a promising finish to his career, whether he decides to come back the next season or if he moves on to the National Football League. He's in good position, so I'm proud of the fact that he's having a lot of fun playing the game right now, because a lot of times that's what happens when you play at a high level. You have fun doing it, so I'm just proud of him as an individual.
Where have you seen the biggest growth this season?
I think that they got better holistically. Coach Atkins does a great job just coaching the whole offensive run game, tight ends included, and Coach Norvell too. It starts from the top down, but I just think they got better at everything. So holistically as a unit, they just got better, and now I think that they're one of the best offensive line units in the country. They make my job easier as a tight end.
Some of your catches have been on third and long, key situations. How important is it for the offense to come through in those situations to sustain drives? And
that's something that Coach Norvell talks about at the beginning of when we come together as a team in training camp. We talk about catch down situations, third and fourth down, being able to stay on the field. So to know that as a tight end, they're looking to come to you on third down, it's something that you have to take pride in. You have to be that security blanket for your offense if you want to play at the next level. So, I take pride in being the third down option and just, helping my team stay on the field.
That's when you ask you about Jordan, the big year he's having. Does it make it easier for y'all as receivers running routes and play in your position when he's playing as well as he is.
Yeah, when you have a quarterback that's playing at the level that Jordan's playing at, it makes the whole offense, move and creates one of the best offensive units in the country. And his production isn't surprising to me because during the offseason, he kind of came in with a different approach, just like he was going to be a workhorse. He was one of the hardest working players on the team, not just on offense, but on the team throughout the offseason. So the success that he's having during the season isn't surprising to me. So when he plays at a high level, it makes it easier for everybody on the offense to play at a high level.
Coach Norvell said coming off the bye week that Jordan was kind of pissed off, with how he practiced. He was practicing angry and inspired. What did you kind of see from just his maybe tweaking approach from the bye week?
I mean, he, especially this season, but he's kind of always had a certain intentionality about the way that he comes to practice. Like, I don't know if you guys are able to see it because you might not hear the conversations, but he really is a workhorse out there. I mean, that Georgia Tech play where we turn the ball over is kind of like a testament to who he is as a player. He practices like that, so when he goes out there on Saturday, it's kind of like just another day, which is why he's able to play at a high level because of the approach that he brings to practice every day.
Those kind of conversations that he has with you guys, is it like accountability that's coming out? Is it just like what's he kind of saying?
Well, from my perspective, if something doesn't go right in practice, like if he tries to come to me and the ball's not complete, we're gonna talk. He's gonna make it a point to come up and talk to me as to why the ball wasn't complete and what we can do next time to complete that pass. And if a quarterback has intentionality like that in practice and every day in the locker room, that's what kind of makes offenses tick and get better and keep going. That's why when we had that 3-game slump, we were able to respond from that, at a very high level because of who we have at quarterback.